Greetings and grand rising. I hope you're all doing well. Life is too short for anything else. And today we're going to talk about eating healthy, something that a lot of us don't do. So much that the people who eat healthy don't even really eat healthy. So let's talk about that a minute. You know, Eating right or eating healthy will only take you so far. Truly. What I've found that is more important than eating healthy alone is the ability to detox, knowing how to heal yourself, what herbs, what roots, certain supplements that you might use, because all this plays an even more important role, or just as important. If anything, I'd have to lean on the more important role than eating healthy alone. You see these people who live to, they're like 117, and you look at their diets, and sometimes they ate meat, sometimes they drank anything that was available to them. And the key to these people is a lot of them just knew how to heal themselves. So I'm not encouraging anyone to not eat healthy. Eat healthy 100%, because that's the key to longevity. Eating healthy and knowing how to heal yourself. Those are the two keys to longevity. Because if you're just doing one or the other, then you're always going to be in that cycle of having to heal yourself because you don't eat healthy. So now you know how to heal yourself, but you just got to keep doing that. And the people who eat healthy might numb themselves, where you'd be living, a couple years, 5, 10 years, eating healthy, remaining, and just piling on very subtle illness, because there's a difference between food that's not toxic and then food that's actually healthy. So if the food doesn't have any bad ingredients in it, then off tops you can just declare that it's not toxic. Maybe it's your body type if you don't eat certain things, but to stay on point. And then there's actually healthy food that has health benefits that are very obvious. It's rich in minerals, it's raw, it's living, because there's this whole thing about cooked food versus raw food, and which one's better, and the cooked food has no enzymes, and the raw food doesn't have much protein. So a lot of back and forth between that. But really, it's about what works for you, because there's what we call bio-individual. And bio-individual speaks for itself. Biologically, biochemically, we are individual. And you might be able to cure your illness drinking wormwood, and I might cure my illness with soursop, and vice versa might not totally work for us. So you really gotta consider this when you're taking advice from people, especially people who don't consider this and think that their way is the only way, which is far from true. We've learned this. I mean, look at religion. All these people have their separations and their differences, but it's all kind of entailing the same thing, a lot like health. And if you say you want to eat healthy, respect the digestive times. Acid and sweet are two different types of digestion. And if you're eating anything like a lemon, that's highly acid, like a lemon or a grapefruit, you don't want to immediately eat something sweet like a banana or blueberries right afterwards. The digestion is not going to mix well. If you're eating tons of food and then you drink water in the middle of it, your body has to choose one. It's not going to digest both of them at the maximum potential that it could. So just understand the body. And it's your food mentality. You want to get on a good mindset when you're eating. If you're stressed out when you're eating, you're going to block yourself from consuming your food because your body is in a fight or flight mode. Even if you don't think your circumstance is that serious, you're stressing about anything, your body can't tell the difference of real danger and self-induced stress. They are one side of the same coin. They're two sides of the same coin. And it's just chemicals, it's nerves, it's communication through your body. And a lot of us might think we know, but we don't. And the quality of your food is so important. That goes down to where it was sourced, the quality of the packaging, and of course the quality of the food itself. Is it organic and raised free and nourished beneficially? Because if you don't consume tap water, then you don't want people growing your weed with tap water. You don't want people growing your food with tap water. And if they do, it's not the end of the world. But if you have a say-so in it, it's better, So, you might be getting the bottom of the line, barely meeting standard product, food, or juice. And if you can't fully trust that company, don't even get it unless you have to, and keep a good mentality in doing so. I can't tell you how damaging it is to consume something thinking that it's bad for you, and even knowing that it's bad for you, but more so thinking it. Just thinking it. Because remember what we spoke about earlier. It's not so much about the consistency of eating healthy, which is 100% important. If you can do that, you are on it. Seriously. But just being able to heal yourself and flow and go through everything peacefully. Why stress? You got to be greater than your environment. A lot of people are stressed out here. And they're going to put that on you. And they're going to put it on me. And it's up to us to take it, leave it, set our boundaries. It's all choices. It's all lessons. It's all teachings. But food quality. Food quality is so important. If you're not eating organic, you are literally signing yourself up for pesticides, fungicides, herbicides, poorest environment, you name it. It could just go on, because at that point you're really saying to the farmer, to the world, and to yourself, I don't care anything besides the idea that the food is in my hand. And I'm not calling that mentality right or wrong. We get past that, we elevate past that, and we just see what is. And you're running the risk of anything and everything. It all goes. And so when you go with organic, you actually set a standard. That's a boundary with your food, because we have to do that right now. You see, organic should not have to be labeled at all. The GMO crazy Frankenstein looking weed and food, vegetables and fruit, that should be the stuff that is named and labeled. Organic is normal. Organic is life. Organic is organic. It's like people kill me when they think, oh, I don't want the organic, I want the normal kind. There's nothing special about this. There's something distorted and odd about the other stuff, the GMOs. People talk about these genetic disorders, and these hereditary disorders in the genes, okay? Well, what's the same characteristics? What's the same patterns of these so-called inherited genes? People all ate bad food. In the past 2 generations, for sure, you have had the choice to eat bad food, and a lot of the times you didn't know it. We didn't know it, but that's simply the case. You know, you have to be wise in this time. Because if you're not looking, if your eyes aren't open, so much going around. And even when you do see that, you got to be able to stay inside. You got to be able to stay centered. Because you can't catch every little thing. You might see everything, but the depths of everything, maybe it's not for you. That's what I'm learning. Is to stay focused and water the things that are working for me, and not try to keep my eyes everywhere. Keep them on me, you know. It's really all I can do. Keep an eye out, but care and peace, as I would like to say. You know, the days of stressing through caring, over. No. That's not caring. That's fear. That's attachment. You haven't surrendered to what is. But I'm gonna have to call it a day. I enjoyed sharing this, and if you benefited from this video, of course, like it, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, I'll see you again. Greetings. Thank you.